Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the Corner Flag podcast. Today, for the warm-up, we have Socceroo and current Macarthur Bulls defender Matt Jurman on the show with us. Super excited to get into this one, but please remember, jump on Instagram, give us a follow. Make sure you like and share our content. Spotify, YouTube, make sure you subscribe and follow us there as well. And please, please, please pass the cast. Tell your friends, get everyone involved. We've actually got a giveaway going on at the moment. So make sure you check our reel on Instagram that we put up recently. We are giving away a match-worn Anthony Caceres Asian Champions League jersey, a couple of shirts from the people at False Nine Threads as well, and also an All-Stars A-League polo. So make sure you check that out and enjoy the episode today. All right, Matty, so great to have you here, mate. We're so lucky to be joined here by Socceroo and current Macarthur Bulls defender Matt Jurman. And we're going to kick off our little mini release for this episode with the warm-up. So part one of the warm-up will test how well you know Matt Jurman. And the second part will consist of just some rapid-fire questions covering a bit of everything.
Yep.
And you can go into as much or as little depth as possible. Well, as you want, I suppose. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right, let's dive straight in. So we're going to start off with how well you know you.
Okay.
We had Alex Brosk on a few weeks ago, and he had a bit of a slow start, but he got there in the end. So a little bit of pressure on you here.
Yep,
I might need to get like a scoreboard and get the tally up. All right. So number one, what was the score in your under 15s grand final? Parramatta Melita versus Marconi Stallions.
I think from memory, we lost 1-0.
You definitely lost, and it was 1-0. I will confirm that. It was an extra time goal. Big moment in my career, maybe not as much as yours,
Yeah,
but
it still hurts today, actually. Especially when I see Pisani.
Of course. Plenty of rub that in. So you made your senior debut for Sydney FC off the bench, I believe.
Yep.
It was the 9th of September 2007. Who did you play against?
Perth Glory.
Correct.
Over there.
Well done. Very good.
Left winger or left wing back, I think it was.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Yeah.
surprising you made a career after playing left wing, mate. Well done.
So was I.
How many A-League clubs have you played for?
This would be my fifth.
Correct. Can you list them in order?
Yep. Sydney FC, Brisbane. Obviously went back to Sydney, but it's the same club. Western Sydney, Newcastle, Macarthur.
Very good. Well done. Another tick for you. You played in the Asian Champions League in 2011 for Sydney, and you scored a goal. Who was it against?
That was against Kashima.
Very good. Do you remember the
Kashima
score?
Antlers.
Do you remember the score?
I think we lost.
You did?
2-1.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well done. You've been studying, I think. Who was your first Sydney goal against?
Professional, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Wanderers?
It was.
Yeah.
Do you remember what body part it came off?
Johnny Mulder. According
Yes.
to Harper, yeah. I remember
Yes.
that, yep.
No, I was watching it back and they were like, oh, great header from Matt. And then they zoomed in and I was like, oh, maybe not.
Almost fooled everyone.
Yeah. You celebrated like
It was a great goal,
yeah.
yeah.
Claim
1-1.
that anyway. In the derby, why not?
Big one, yeah.
What year did you win Sydney FC's Player of the Season, Players Player, and Members Player of the Year award?
I think it may have been, was it the 15-16
It
season?
was.
Yeah.
You're on fire here, mate. Don't let the good looks fool you. He knows his stuff.
It's good times for me, so I can't forget those. But
Yeah.
it
What a season.
Yeah, it was a great season for me
Yeah.
personally. Yeah, and then that helped me go to Korea not long after that. So
Yeah. People take notice of that stuff. So, who did you make your Socceroo's debut against?
that was against Syria,
Cool. Do you remember when it was? What year?
2017
Very good.
Yeah.
You don't know the date, do you?
in Malaysia. Would have been it was either the September or October window.
It's October the 5th.
Oh, there you
Mate,
go.
You are on absolute fire here. How many caps have you got for the Socceroos?
I think it's 8.
It is 8.
Yep.
And do you know your Socceroo cap number?
591.
Very good.
Yeah. I was
Very
going to get a
good.
tattoo with that on, but
I was going to ask
I
because I've seen a
haven't
few
got any
players.
tattoos yet, so-
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. You got to.
yeah.
I don't know what is the 1% club, the tattoo club. I'm not sure what it is, but I think that's one to get. You see if
100%.
you played at Aramoy's got his, like you can say at the
Yeah, no,
stuff.
quite a
And
few boys. I think Juki's got his as well.
yeah,
It's obviously a very special number to me, and yeah, I just didn't know where to get it and where I was going to get it. So
yeah,
I've just left it for now. But yeah, I think I will get it one day.
on the list.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. That's it, mate. That's it for the how
Oh,
well you know
there we
you.
go.
I think you
Was
did.
that
I don't know
100%?
what score you got, but I think you're pretty close. Yes. Yeah, I reckon you're 100% there.
Yeah, close.
And a few bonus points too, I reckon. So well done. All right, so we're going to move into the rapid fire questions now.
Okay.
So these are a range of topics, some football related, some not football related. Yeah, so whatever comes to your mind first, feel free to fire it out. If you want to elaborate on an answer, you can. If you don't want to elaborate on an answer, you can as well. You can just give me the answer. That's
All
cool.
right, easy.
All right, so you've played at many, many clubs, both here and overseas, as well as the national team. Who did you enjoy playing next to as a centre back the most? So is anyone? I asked Broski the other week if you had the telepathic understanding, and as an attacker, I know that sort of feel where your 10 and your 9 just link up well or whatever. Have you ever had that with another centre back, or is there someone that you really enjoyed? Just felt like didn't even need to talk, you just had that connection.
Probably say when I was at Sydney, even just growing up, me and Sebastian Ryle, we had a good understanding together, coming through the youth, even in the lower teams, New South Wales when we're, schoolboys level and AIS, young Socceroos. Yeah, we played a lot of games together when we were younger. So I think me and him sort of knew each other inside and out growing up. And yeah, then we were lucky enough to play together at Sydney for a bit. And so yeah, so I'd probably say him in terms of that sort of, knowing each other inside and out. But also, I think me and Walker had a good combination as well when I was with him at Sydney. And yeah, it wasn't that long because I ended up going to Korea. But yeah, I'd probably say him. Yeah, probably those ones. Yeah, the longer term ones I've probably had. Yeah.
And are you good mates with Seb Ryle? Like,
Yeah, sort of lost contact a little
hard
bit.
now, yeah.
Yeah, but
because you think that makes a difference as well as to playing well together if you get along off the park?
yeah,
or-
definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think you have that sort of I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a massive difference, but it does help a little bit. And you're just there for each other on and off the pitch. And yeah, me and Seb had that combination on and off the pitch, which was good. Yeah.
Cool. Can you tell me if you have one pre-match routine? Is there anything that you must do, have to do, music, food, whatever?
Yeah, I think just pasta. Like I've always just got this obsession. Make sure I've got to eat pasta the night before the game. Whether it's like a ravioli or just a normal fettuccine or something like that. Just always had that sort of game day ritual. Like I need to have that before the game, and especially on the game day as well. And then just trying to get a good night's sleep. Now not too much about music and stuff. Just like it doesn't matter. I can listen to anything. But yeah, probably they're the main ones. Yeah.
Yep. And which coach do you think, if there was one, that's gotten the best out of you? Is there anyone that stands out in terms of getting that out of you?
I'd probably say Ange and Arnie. Obviously different times, but I feel like they sort of helped me reach my potential in terms of me playing out from the back or just getting the chance to play for Sydney in that time when the team was doing really well. And I just felt like he sort of backed me a lot in that time. And then obviously Ange bringing me from Sydney as a bit of a younger boy. Brisbane just won the premiership and the grand final, and he signed me to come up and sort of take that left-footed centre back role. And for me, coming to a team like that, who were unbeaten for a lot of games, and then I sort of joined into that when we went 36 games unbeaten. That was pretty cool, like to have Ange, and I feel like for those. Both any coach I feel the same, but like those two ones, you really want to like run through a wall from. And I think just the pre-match chats sort of just really they really get you firing for the game, and later going on to getting called up for the national team from Ange as well was very special and something that I always be grateful for him giving me an opportunity when yeah, they're pretty tight. Those games are, win or lose, out you go. So
Mm-hmm.
for me to be called in then and straight away into the starting lineup, it was a big risk, I guess, from his point of view. But he backed me, and yeah, forever grateful for those opportunities. I got to go to a World Cup and Asian Cup after that, and something that I'll never forget. So they're probably my favorite memories.
Yep. And we'll touch on that, and especially relationship with Ange, because obviously, as you said, he's intertwined a lot throughout your career at different points and for different reasons. So we'll dive into that. But it's awesome to hear about you and Ange and Arnie getting the best out of you. So what about what's the worst injury you've had?
Worst injury, I've actually had the 5th metatarsal fractures on both sides. So yeah, I just couldn't get one. I had to go and get the other one a couple of years later.
Even it out,
yeah. So I did the right one when I was at OAS, especially I think it was just after a week. So yeah, getting there and trying to get settled, living away from home, all that type of stuff. And I was actually doing year 12 down there at the time, and started year 12 on crutches with my big moon boot. It was a good feeling, but yeah, I ended up being out for about 4 to 5 months with that one. Got surgery, and then like I had one of my best mates who was at the IS with me. He was like looking after me, bringing me food and stuff, because I was struggling, to be honest. Like it was quite hard at that time. 17, big injury, and just trying to sort of work through that, and trying to worry about school, my football career, where that takes me. Like you just never know when you have a bad injury. So and then did the left one a couple of years later at Sydney FC, which was out for another 4 to 6 months. But apart from that, just meniscus injuries in the knee. And yeah, touch wood, that's been the worst one. So
all these things that'll catch up in 20 years,
exactly.
Feel them all. I asked this one to everybody: VAR, keep it or sack it?
If I had to choose,
yeah,
I'd probably say sack it.
Yeah,
just because I think there's too much like wasting time. The fans don't know if they can celebrate or not. The players don't know if they can celebrate or not. Even with the offsides, that's the big one for me. Like it's so frustrating when the linesman can see it's clearly offside, but lets it go, and then you're fighting for your life to try and stop a goal, and then you see the flag go up like 30 seconds later, and it's like if it's
especially
obvious,
when they're clear, like just flag it.
Yeah,
please.
it's just like very very frustrating. But I guess it has its pros and cons about the VAR, but at this stage, I would say it can be done better. But if I had to choose one, I'd probably say bin it.
Yeah, that's the general consensus. If we could do it quicker, and to be fair, getting it correct more often than not, because we're taking a lot of time and we're still getting it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the worst thing about it. I think at times I feel like you need some sort of, I don't know, like maybe a referee and a ex-player or something like that, just to be able to see things from their point of view. I don't know. There's
Broski said the exact same thing. He goes, we need a player in there who's played the game, because if you slow anything down,
exactly.
It looks it can look terrible.
Exactly.
And you know, as a defender as well, I've said to Broski that sometimes, man, you're making those tackles, especially front on, it's very difficult for you to wrap your foot around. Like you got to go with studs sometimes, and sometimes they're clean and you might clip them a little bit, but you slow it down enough and it can look terrible. So,
I mean, the thing is, when I was growing up, I had some beast defenders to learn from, and the first thing you always did was win the ball, and then all right, if you take the man out after, it was unlucky, but it wasn't ever fouled or brought back or anything, because they're always about to win the ball first. So I feel like the art of defending sort of like gone out of the game a bit, because it's like you can't really do anything. You got to be careful of just even like little things like mind games, and just you got to be careful of everything you do. And you couldn't really, you get away with that back in the day, but now it's very hard to get away with.
Moving on, pineapple on pizza.
I'd say no, but I have had it a few times, and I mean it's not the worst thing, but I'd stay away from it. I'm more of a meat lovers guy, or pepperoni or something like that. So I'm not. That's not my first choice at all. I'm not choosing that. I think my English grandmother, she likes that.
Yeah.
not a fan.
Fair enough. Messi or Ronaldo?
Probably say just Messi on natural ability. I think I think they're both unbelievable to watch, and But yeah, it's a question every kid asks you when you go to a school or
I can imagine.
promo visit. It's
Yep.
like you get put under pressure, and sometimes you change your mind. It's like I think Messi's probably the one.
There you go. What was Matt Jurman, the student, like school student?
Uh, Tried,
Yep.
but I think when I went to Westfields, I did everything that was asked of me. But yeah, I think I was just thinking about training all the time, and how to get better. And like, I actually enjoyed school. Had some good friends there, and yeah, like I said, did my best. But yeah, I was always thinking about football, and it's probably not the right thing, in case it didn't go well. But yeah, it's yeah, that's probably my memories. I was trying to finish schoolwork as quick as possible because we had training at lunchtime or something like that.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. Who do you support in football, like around the world?
Liverpool fan, so yeah, had some good times recently. A
Yep.
lot of bad times before that, but
Yep.
yeah, I'd probably say Liverpool, and I have a bit of a soft spot for Leeds.
Hey, well done.
Yeah,
You're a good guy, and you got you on for a reason.
Yeah, when Q and Viduka was there, like that's when I
Yep.
sort of really got into the EPL, and yeah, I don't know, Liverpool was like my team. I'd love to go there and watch a game at Anfield one day. So.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully they're still good, but I don't think there'll be Klopp there anymore, so
No,
that'll be disappointing.
sadly not. Hopefully they win the title for him.
Yeah,
Send him out on a high
yeah, fingers
note.
crossed.
They're doing all right so far. So, um, you've played for nearly every New South Wales club in the A League.
Yeah.
Will we see you in a Mariners kit at some point, just so you can complete the tracksuit?
I'd probably say not. Pretty happy with the clubs I've played for so far, and yeah, just like to hopefully win something in the years that I have left, and hopefully that's at the Bulls.
Go. Who is the player, past or present, that you've been involved with in the change rooms, whatnot? It's got the best sort of banter. Like who was that? Is there someone that sticks out, either a bit of a rat bag, bit of a troublemaker, or just always had people in stitches?
Uh, to be honest, Dane Ingham from
Yeah.
from Newcastle, just a larrikin, always up to something. Yeah, just doing some stuff that should just stay in the change room, really.
Yeah, I bet.
And then yeah, like at Sydney, I was always actually Sebastian Ryle was a bit of a funny guy growing up as well. Who else? Massimo Madoka at Brisbane always made me laugh.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, probably say those ones. Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes this next question leads into those players.
Hmm.
Who, either past or present, would you most want to avoid rooming with? Sometimes they are those guys, sometimes not. But is anyone?
I'd probably say Dane,
Yeah.
just in case he got in that mood that he's in the change room. But I've heard he's all right in the room. So
Okay.
yeah, I'd probably say him, but I think he's okay.
Yeah. Popular answer usually is those sort of larrikin guys, or the goalkeepers. People don't want to room with the goalkeepers.
Actually, yeah, goalkeepers. You just don't know what's going to come next from them.
Strange breed.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. You're just not sure what's coming out of their mouth next.
All right. Who would you say is your biggest influence in football?
Biggest influence, I'd probably say, my parents. Yeah, my dad was a player back in the day, and he was always hard on me, being that wog that he's grown up with, and yeah, he just wanted us to succeed. So I think he was always hard on us, and my mum was always the one that was always telling us we're doing well, even if we weren't.
Yeah.
My dad was a straight, he always tell us, even if we're doing well, we need to work on this, need to do that. And yeah, I guess that's sort of why I've had this mentality to sort of always try and get better, and yeah, work on things that I wasn't great at, or I was always going down the park with my dad and my brother and just working on things. And even if it was just like playing some long balls and stuff like that maybe you can't do at training all the time. So yeah, I'd probably say him. Him and my mum were always supportive of me and my career, and till this day they're always watching every game, and Yeah, my grandparents as well, and my siblings obviously. They've been there along the way, the whole way, and my grandparents weren't always football, fans or people, but now they watch every game and they're in the
They're fans of
Tweedettes.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. They always we always have a debrief after the games and sort of ask. Well, we don't, they'd be complaining about what the ref did, or,
Yeah.
we should have won, or we played well. So it's always got that support from the family, which is nice. Yeah.
Lovely. And you grew up in Wollongong, right?
Yep.
So you're obviously playing in Sydney as well. So tracking up a lot of lifts, a lot of driving from parents and whatnot.
Yeah. So grew up and born and bred in Wollongong till about. Well, I played at Dapto from under 4s to 10, and then I went to Wollongong Wolves, 11s and 12s. And then 13s was when we moved to Parramatta.
Yep.
But we were travelling from Wollongong to Parramatta, and quite a few boys from Wollongong moved up that year, actually. And it was like they had that combination with Man United, I don't know if you remember. But
yes.
everyone, a lot of the top players was coming, and we had a great team and stuff. But it was I started year 7 in Wollongong at a Catholic school, and I just remember the homework where it was quite intense. Just coming back home from training at 10:30 at night, and trying to get things done, assignments, and it was quite hard that year. And I think my parents did the right thing by us to sort of give us an opportunity to make it a career, and it was a big move. They were quite comfortable in Wollongong, didn't have too much financial stress, and they took it on them to give us an opportunity. And we did the traveling from Wollongong to Parramatta 3-4 times a week for a year, and that's when we moved to Sydney and started going to Westfields and stuff. So it was quite a big move, but I enjoyed it. It was good. I mean, I wasn't doing the driving at 13, but
That's right.
We had turns with other players in the team that were from Wollongong as well, and so it was quite tough. But in the end, we ended up moving to Sydney anyway. So
nice. What players did you enjoy watching as a kid?
As a kid, I mean, I liked Harry Kewell. Obviously, him and Viduka at Leeds were the ones I enjoyed watching. Obviously, as defender, Popper was someone that I liked when I was watching the Socceroos, being left-footed as well. And then you got the big ones like Maldini and Nesta, and Daniel Agger was my sort of generation, like growing up as a Liverpool fan, left-footed as well. I actually enjoyed watching Broski, to be honest, when he was at Marconi and stuff. That was my local team that I used to go to when I was watching NSL. I think those are the players that sort of got me in, and Stevie G as well. They're the type of players that I really liked watching when I was growing up.
What was your first car?
First car, it was my old grandfather's car.
Always the way. Like my grandma's car.
So I got my license a couple of years later than what you're able to. The car was sort of like sitting there waiting for me. It was a maroon sort of color. The front window stopped working. So I remember going to Sydney FC games. I would have signed. It would have been my first year professional, and I wasn't too fussed about needing to buy a car or whatever. I sort of I was living at home, but I was thinking save my money, and I remember going to the games and having to wind down the back window and tell my name. So that was pretty funny, but got the piss taken out of me a little bit from mates, but
of course
didn't give in. Kept the car for a bit, and then when I went to Brisbane, I bought a car up there, so that was good.
Yeah, lovely. Proudest achievement in football?
It was a Daewoo, by the way.
Oh, Daewoo, sorry. Proudest achievement in football?
Proudest, I think playing for Socceroos. I mean that's probably the pinnacle in football in Australia anyway. Probably could have always played for England or Croatia, but I think Australia had my heart, and it was probably a lot easier as well, to be honest, than those two teams. But
especially growing up, some good squads.
I think going to the World Cup with the Socceroos was something that I always dreamt of, and getting a bit older, 27. I think 27 I was when I went. yeah, you don't really think it's possible, and I think the move to Korea really helped me. And yeah, Ange was playing a back three at the time, and I was playing in a back three in Korea all season, so worked in my favor.
Yep.
Even though he copped a bit of slack for going to a back three, I was buzzing in the end. So
Yep.
yeah, probably going to walk up.
Cool. And what are you binging at the moment? If you're watching anything or podcast, listening, whatever, besides the
Uh,
corner flag, but anything else? Yeah.
to be honest, I'm always listening to a different podcast. Whether it be sports or Jay Shetty or just property sort of ones or finance ones. And then binging. I was just watching that tennis, the one on Netflix. That's the recent one I've watched.
Yep.
And then the football one. What's that on Apple?
Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They're the recent ones that I've watched. Haven't really watched too much recently, but yeah, that would be the ones recent.
Lovely. And what app would be the most used in your phone?
Ooh, most used. Maybe the messages or WhatsApp or Instagram probably. Yeah.
Yep. Very common, very popular. I've just got three more. Whose contact would you have in your phone would be your biggest flex? Like if someone was like, who's the coolest or the most famous person or whatever that you got in your phone? Who would it be? Or social media or whatever.
It's a good question actually. Probably have to
Thanks.
go through the phone.
Might have to get back to us.
Yeah. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Slaven Bilic or something.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, he was my coach in Saudi. So
Oh yeah, there you go.
yeah, had his number. Yeah, I'm not sure to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, have to have a look.
That's pretty decent. We'll take that. Best jersey swap?
Who was it? I got Loftus Cheek once against Chelsea. Dyer against Tottenham. I ended up getting one from France, but I can't remember who it was. And then I got one of the big centre backs from Denmark in the World Cup as well. Yeah, I got one from Peru, but I can't remember his name either. To be honest. Yeah, they're probably the biggest ones. But I can't remember. I was trying to get John Terry's.
I bet you were
against Chelsea, and Broski came over and asked if he can have it, and I was like, well, we can't say nothing to Broski. So But to be honest, I've got a Stevie G jersey, and I actually met him once, and I got him to sign it. So that was probably the biggest jersey that I've actually got, not jersey swap. And Daniel Agos, I got his as well. Del Piero, Tim Cahill, I got a couple. Yeah, those
couple of decent
that I
ones
played with or that I got. Yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
Yeah.
How good. Last one. If you could be an Olympian in any sport that wasn't football, regardless of your ability or whatever, what would you choose?
I think maybe like the 200 meter or something like that. Whatever Usain Bolt's in.
I did it all, mate. 100, 200.
Yeah, I think for me to be that quick, that'd be pretty cool, just to be able to like just run past people and like give them a head start and still take over them. And I think that would be probably out of all of them, that would probably be it.
Yeah, everyone goes 100-meter sprint. Yeah, everyone wants to be the fastest man on the planet.
Exactly. So, 100%.
That's it. Well, that's the end of the warm up, mate.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, cool.
And then we'll just end it here for now, and then we're going to dive into your career moving forward. Is that cool?
Awesome. Yeah, no worries, man.
Thank you. Well, there you have it, football fans. That was Matt Jurman on the warm-up. Hope you really enjoyed that. As always, jump on socials on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure you follow us, subscribe, do all those things. Pass the cast. And please keep your ear out for when we drop the home leg, which will be coming up very shortly. Hope you enjoyed that episode. And thanks, as always, for choosing to score some goals with us. And remember to celebrate with the corner flag.